I hear the call of the stars.
G'day everyone, Duckville here. Welcome to game number 1 of a very cool game. These are actually from MLG Anaheim. We're going to be seeing a couple of very good players here. This is actually from the losers bracket, unfortunately, but these guys will be facing off here on Xel'Naga Caverns. We have up here in the blue as the Terran here is PMS Flow from Clan PMS. It's not what you think. It's actually a very funny play on words. Acronyms, I suppose, but this is from Pandora's Mighty Soldiers. Flo being one of the best female players in the USA, winning a recent ESL Female Cup, I believe that one was, or was it the Iron Ladies Cup, something like that. And she's done a fantastic job, and she'll be here today facing off in the Caverns against a very mighty Protoss. A lot of you guys will love this particular player, Duckload White-Ra. And he's going to be down here in the bottom left side of the Caverns. He's got the lovely red color here, and we'll be seeing these guys face off here. Of course, White-Ra, well known by the whole community, one of the best mannered players, of course, in the circuit, and obviously one of the players with some very interesting tactics. And he obviously calls them the special tactics. So we'll be keeping a good eye on what White-Ra is up to today. And obviously just starting off with some very basic sort of things here. We've got a gateway and we've got a barracks on the way. So both of these guys just sort of sticking with the standard sort of openings, and we'll see them both scouting out. But this map, it's quite a balanced map, of course. Unfortunately, it's actually coming out of the ladder pool for, I believe it's actually out of GSL. I'm pretty sure we're keeping it for MLG for the moment, but coming out of the GSL ladder pool quite soon, and we'll see how that affects the games, of course. But yeah, very balanced map. We do see lots of long games on this one, especially in the PvT, and I think in PvZ we actually see a lot of long games as well. But obviously key features of the map include the gold here, which is covered by the rocks, and you can see that that gets taken out by the Terrans as a priority, of course, to put down a planetary fortress and hold this position. And we do see sometimes that generally I've actually seen the Protoss actually go for the gold after they take the additional third down here behind the rocks that actually cover the backside of the natural expansion. But both these players are just scouting around at the moment. We can see here Flo is just coming here. You can see that the gateway is churning at the moment. Got a Zealot coming out soon. The assimilator is done, and we do have that cyber core. So still everything quite standard from White-Ra just at the moment. No special tactics. But Flo is opting to go for a reactor on that first barracks. We did get, I believe there was one. Yep, there was one Marine just coming out. Here he goes. He's on his way to battle, perhaps just to check out the front door of White-Ra, just to see if there's anything there. But of course, with that Zealot out, he should be quite fine to defend against anything just for the moment. But Flo, just moving down here to take the Xel'Naga Watchtower here. We can see that this is just open up, giving a good amount of vision, of course. Seeing the Zealot that's coming in, we'll be able to counteract that, I'm assuming. A little bit of micro will be required here, but the Zealot actually getting right in the face of that Marine, punching it in the head and saying, get down, and down it goes. But the Zealot is now actually pushing up, perhaps going to see what he can do at the front of the front door of Flo. But Flo is actually just putting down a couple of bunkers, just perhaps a bit unprepared just at the start there for that Zealot. But with that bunker, will be adequately prepared in an easy way. But here comes the two racks are actually done. Stim is being pumped away there, and a couple of extra units are being pushed out here by Flo. And Flo now getting that Zealot out of the front door to make sure that there is no extra pressure there at the front. But White-Ra now coming up with a Stalker, being able to pick off perhaps this one Marine, but the Marine does escape into that bunker and will be safe for the moment. But just waiting to see what these players are up to. We do have that Twilight Council there from White-Ra. He's getting three gateways up at the moment there. We can see that the Cyber is spinning away with that Warp Gate tech, which is just about to complete, and a Dark Shrine coming in here from White-Ra. So it looks as if we're going to see either perhaps some very cool special tactics. I'm actually a big fan of his Warp Prism usage, and perhaps we'll see something like that. We have seen it before, of course, where you can drop some DTs inside the Terran base and actually cause all sorts of havoc and then even warp in more. We actually saw that in GSL as well, actually, from ST Ace. It was quite a while ago. I'm not sure if anyone will remember that one, but he actually opened up with that on this map, and it was quite awesome to see. But White-Ra now just checking out, but perhaps going to expand to that natural base there, because you can actually do that with this particular build. In fact, no, he's actually going to get a Robo, so he's perhaps Yeah, I think this is going to be the Warp Prism special tactics here from White Ra. We've got 2 bunkers here. What's Flo got to defend? 2 bunkers. We've got a couple of Marines and Marauders here. We do have a Ghost Academy, which will be able to assist in detecting those DTs once there's some energy on that EMP. We'll be able to EMP the DTs and then actually take them down, but we'll see what happens here. White Ra is expanding down here to the natural expansion. This is a very cool part of this DT opening, is that you can actually just expand right behind it, and it is incredibly safe. So this is actually a little bit like a Brood War counterpart to this build, but just before we get into that, the DT at the front base here, unfortunately Flo trying to move out at the same time that the DT was knocking on the door, and now that DT is going to start knocking on that supply depot. The SCV is coming down to try and defend that, but another DT is just hanging off to the side there. This guy is just being a little bit careful there, making sure that he doesn't walk inside the front when that supply depot was up. But extra DTs now coming through here from White Ra. A Warp Prism is actually on the way as well, so this is probably going to come in the back, I would assume, and drop some DTs in the back there as well. But extra DTs now warping in and running around all sorts of places here. The SCVs unfortunately are not mining. We actually have a couple too many SCVs on this supply depot, and some of them are just sort of left out there doing nothing at all. They're a bit unfortunate. They're not going to get paid at all. But the Warp Prism now just jumping inside the back door of the base here, now dropping in 2 DTs. We're going to see a second one, I would assume, in just a second. That Warp Prism's got to be careful, because of course there is a ghost here shooting away at that, and of course the Warp Prisms do die if you sneeze in their general direction. But a DT is inside. We have 2 DTs now. In fact, White Ra splitting them up beautifully, taking out a turret that was just about to complete there, and I would say that is probably going to be it for Flo here. Flo just scanning there, taking out one of the DTs, perhaps might be able to get a second scan up, but I think that is all the energy done, and indeed it is. And now with that Warp Prism switching into its pylon mode, we'll be able to warp in some extra DTs, taking out that turret there in just a second. There it goes. And that is probably going to be it. These SCVs have been left unmining for quite a long time. Their union will have something to say about that. And the turret is up, so we'll see if Flo can actually defend with this one turret, perhaps try and pull the DTs into range of the turret and then try and take it out. But the command center has to lift up. DT is trying to get some hits in, but it's getting a bit too close to this turret here. We can see from Flo's point of view that these DTs are just staying outside the range there. But the EMP goes off from the Ghost, and there's just not enough detection here for Flo. This one extra DT is just sitting here, and there's the GG. So a little bit unfortunate of some of that timing there from Flo, trying to get out the front door when the DT was right there, asking it for any donations to the Protoss charity. And we will go into game 2, and we'll see if Flo can fight back against White Ra and his special tactics. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.